Hey, everybody. Hello. Good evening, everybody. How are you all doing here? It is Harlan Kilstein tonight. Um, my co-host, Hugh should be around someplace. I saw him on, but I can't hear a word from him. I see he's off now. I hope he'll be back in a few moments. Um, Question: can you hear me? Type in yes, I can hear you, and tell me what you can see on my screen. Type in what you could see. Okay, hold on. There's Hugh calling me. Hi, Hugh. It's just me and everybody else on the webinar listening in on our phone conversation. Okay, guys, it's Hugh. He got kicked out. He had to log in as an attendee. Should I promote him to an organizer? What do you think? Should I promote him to an organizer? Bruce says, tell Hugh to behave. Uh, Judith says no. Lila says no. Um, Tanya says no. Hey, Hugh, Tanya's a friend of yours. Promote him, says Francis. Mike says make him sweat. All right. Now we're in. Yes, go ahead. Give him a break. Good idea. We got a bunch of no's. Okay, Hugh, I'm going to hang up on you and promote you. So let's go find Hugh. There he is. Okay, Hugh. Can we hear you? Say something.
Okay.
All right, you
Alrighty
made.
then.
All right. So everybody, we are here with a webinar for you that is pretty much going to knock you dead. We've got lots of information here that you've probably, I'm guessing that you haven't heard before. So in exchange, this is going to be rock solid information. I am going to be giving you lots of websites. I'm going to be giving you lots of URLs. Um, what we will do is um, you're probably going to want the URLs. If you're going to want them right away, I'm going to suggest you take pictures of the screen, or I'm going to suggest that you get a pen or pad, or open up something to type them in. I'm going to be giving you lots of URLs. I'm going to be giving you URLs of sites that you probably never heard of, and um, and that are going to make your life infinitely easier. This is going to be quality stuff you haven't heard about, and it's going to make a major change in the way that you do your websites. So, how does that sound to everybody? Um, Dave says put them in chat, and the answer is it's just Hugh and me, and we do not have any techs running it. That's a great idea, but I don't think we'll be able to do that. So let's go ahead. Scott says let's do this, so we are going to do this. There's no BS. There's no hype. Here we go. The big question is curation dead? And the reason that I ask that question is because on the internet, there are lots of fads that come in and things that come in and go out pretty darn quickly. And, it's hot one day and it's lukewarm the next. So is curation one of those things? And the only way that I can answer that question is by showing you a picture. It's one of the most famous pictures in history. It's the Beatles from the cover of their Abbey Road. And this picture was one of the pieces of evidence that started the rumor that flew around the world that whether Paul McCartney was dead. And people came to this picture and they noted that all of the Beatles had shoes or sneakers on except for Paul, and Paul was walking barefoot. and that was a death symbol. People zeroed in on the license plate number of the VW parked in the background, and they found out that it didn't exist. And you probably remember
28 if thing.
and you probably remember people playing the Beatles records backwards at three-quarter speed while
I
standing
did a
on
whole
their head.
report on that at school, man.
I told you were a geek in my message to you later. This is like pure geeky stuff. Okay, so just like is
Well, that
curation.
started in Detroit, where I'm from.
Okay,
That
so
whole rumor.
so the question is, you know, is Paul dead? Now, obviously, we've gone on to see that Paul McCartney not only isn't dead, but he just released an album that's called New. So, by the same token, just as Paul McCartney isn't dead and is going strong, so too Curation is stronger than ever. And what I'm going to show you now is not only is Curation stronger than ever, but there are tools available to all of us on the call that are going to make our life considerably easier. Some of these are in app form that are available for your iPhone, your Android, your iPad, your tablet of whatever make. And some of these are web based, and some of these are combinations of both. But all of the tools that I'm going to share with you are extremely valuable, and you don't want to miss them. So let's take a look, and we're going to see some changes in curation that, tonight is just the tip of some major stuff coming your way. But what I want to share with you tonight are some tools that I use, and a tool that is one of the most powerful tools in the arsenal. So here we go. This is a site that is called GodVine. GodVine has been around for a few years, probably 2 or 3 years. They have 4 million fans on Facebook. And what GodVine does essentially is it curates almost all of the stuff that they do is that they curate videos. And the videos, it's quote Christian videos, but it says here GodVine is a Christian video website that focuses on uplifting, encouraging, and inspiring you. And so what they do very, very often is they post a lot of music videos where someone didn't think that they were going to make it, and all of a sudden they rock the house and everybody falls in love with them. GodVine is a curated site. What makes it curated is their daily selection of videos. How does GodVine get traffic? Nearly all of their traffic comes from Facebook. So they put stuff on Facebook. People on Facebook go, "Oh, that is so awesome." They share it, and people come to GodVine. Now, the person who founded GodVine not necessarily because he was a believer, but because he saw it as a really great market. And within a year or so of starting GodVine, he turned around and sold it for millions and millions of dollars. And the people who have bought GodVine are continuing to develop it and have it grow stronger and stronger and stronger. And it just grows by leaps and bounds. So when you sell a site for millions of dollars, now the key takeaway here from GodVine is that he did this site and there's no original content. Okay? There is no original content. So let's go to the guy creates another site. and it's called ViralNova.com. Now, ViralNova is an insanely popular site. It is one of the most popular sites online today. Insanely popular. And there is not a single shred of uh, original content on ViralNova. It is all 110% curated content. Um, and they have a certain style of headline that is made, absolutely made for viral sharing. And those headlines are really um, worth some serious exploration. Um, People explore abandoned buildings all the time, but what this guy found, OMG, oh my God. Okay, next one. No, it's not a crazy woman rolling on the floor. Just wait till she's done, whoa. And people can't resist these headlines. They are extremely powerful and they work really well. And what happens now on ViralNova is something that's absolutely fascinating. I want you to pay attention. The guy is making, I want you to see something on this. Notice that this guy is got two ads here. Okay. You see that there's some retargeting here from GoToWebinar, and there's another ad here. There are two, and now these are Google AdSense ads. Okay. So it's nothing fancy. He's not selling advertising. The site is something like 6 or 8 months old. So it's a relatively new site. And guys, his current income on this site is approximately $400,000 per month. $400,000 per month. How does that sound to you? Just from two silly AdSense ads. Just AdSense. Okay? Holy F, Adam says. That's nuts. I'll take it. Wow. Okay. So the answer is that, let me show you a little bit. Let's go a little bit deeper. I want you to meet the, I want you to meet Scott DeLong. Scott DeLong is not only the guy who invented GodVine, he also invented our site here. Scott runs the site himself. He has two people extremely part-time who help him out. There is not a big team at all. If Scott goes into the bathroom, pick up the phone and say, hey, watch the site for me, or something like that. But basically, it's a one-man band, and the $400,000 or so that comes in monthly goes directly into his pocket. Okay? Goes directly into his pocket. Now, what you guys are saying, what you guys are typing in, like, this is crazy, Mother Faulkner, insane, crazy good. You're getting into the realm of too good to be true. Okay. But all this is true. You see, he's doing $400,000 a month in just 8 months. His only revenue is from the two AdSense ads that I pointed out to you on each page. And the site is run 100% by Scott and his two part-time assistants. Now pay attention, wake up if you were sleeping, slap yourself in the face, because right now the things here are the most important thing. All of his traffic comes from Facebook. 100% of his traffic, maybe let's say 95% of his traffic comes from Facebook. 2% maybe comes from Twitter, and maybe the other comes from Google. But the overwhelming majority of it comes from Facebook. So learning how to create viral traffic so you're not paying for it and it's sustainable, because this happens day after day after day, you have a money machine. And the site is based on 100% curated content. And I want you to look at the last point on this slide, and I want you to stare at it and impress it into your brain. And that is, there is no original content at all on the site. And no, he's not buying traffic. He writes the headlines, and there's very little else. This is his job. He puts in long days doing it. And you know what? Scott says this is freaking crazy. Well, here's more that's crazy. Scott DeLong thinks that he's working too hard, and he wants to sell the site because it's too much time working. So his earnings are approximately $400,000 a month. That means that over 12 months, he will earn $4.8 million. Okay? $4.8 million. Now, when people sell a site, they sell a site based on its earnings, future earnings, between 3 and 5 years of future earnings. So if you projected 5 years of earnings, okay, we multiply that number by 5, and his site, which is 8 months old, is worth around $24 million. $24 million. Do I have your attention here, folks? Okay. So let me ask you a question. Who here thinks that curation is dead? Anybody? Is curation dead? People are saying, I'm listening. Nope, nope, nope. Sound of crickets. Hell no, Tanya says. Okay, never thought that. That's right. So what we're seeing here now is that there are certain techniques and tools that can get you to the money a lot faster. Notice, there is zero SEO going on here. Okay. The Huffington Post has people who do SEO on every post that they put up. They want to rank for each post. ViralNova could care less about SEO. Okay. There is no SEO. Nobody's doing SEO on this site, because if the traffic comes from Facebook, then that's all he needs. From Facebook to his site, from Facebook to his site. I hope that this pattern sounds familiar to a lot of my friends on here. From Facebook to his site. Does that sound familiar, guys? All right. Does that sound familiar? Because, oh, yeah, click, post, cash. Yeah. Okay. Blog curation. Yeah. And, okay. And so Susie just checked it out and goes, but wait a minute, he's got 22,349 sites linking in. He's not using any software to get it. People are linking in because of great, great content. And as someone said, this is the reverse of blogging. Okay, so here we go. So Is Paul dead? Well, here we see a similar picture. This time he's wearing sandals instead of barefoot. They're in Times Square. And the reason they're in Times Square is because just a couple of months ago, Paul McCartney, to announce his new album, gave a live concert um, in Times Square. So is Paul McCartney dead? Well, clearly not. Um, is Curation dead? The answer clearly not. If anything, it has grown stronger, more powerful, and sites go viral much, much more quickly. And so, what attracts? Someone said, typed in, Harlan, how do you find these sites? And the answer is there is a single metric that people use to notice when a site goes viral. And that metric is something that's called page views. We're going to come back to page views. But in all of the articles discussing ViralNova and in discussing Scott DeLong, they talk about his number of page views. And they are tracking and they are watching and guesstimating his page views and using that to guesstimate his income. But for serious money people, page views is the single most important metric when it comes to looking at advertising. Now, we're going to go into a bunch of different things here that are important to you. And the first category is are called free content discovery tools. Okay. Let's say you have a site called ViralNova. Okay. It's your site. You want to make it happen. And in order for this to happen, what you do is, okay, so the, um, these, if you have a site like ViralNova, you need to have lots and lots and lots of content. And you have a choice. Either you create a team that goes out and invents the content, or you bring the content to you. And I assure you that Scott DeLong does not have a team. He's one person. So he needs to have mechanisms that bring the right content to him. Excuse me while I drink some water here. So here are 5 sites. All of these sites are free. And these sites, some of them are apps and not sites, but I'll let you discover that. Flipboard is an app, and Flipboard is probably one of, I think Ed Dale said that Flipboard is such a great app that it was the first app that it made it worth it to go out and buy an iPad just to be able to use Flipboard. Flipboard goes out and gets you new information constantly from sites and from areas that you are interested in. It puts it into a magazine format and you can go over it, and it is absolutely gorgeous. You can get it for just about any platform, but it's not on the computer. Okay. Flipboard, it is a must have. Now, even though I love Flipboard, it's like I'm in love with 2 women, because the next one that I love as much and possibly at times even more is Zeit. Zeit. Zeit is an app. The app was created by a really smart guy, and then CNN came along and said, me want. And they bought the Zeit app for $6 million. Zeit lets you select what you're interested in. And when you select Zeit and what you are interested in, it goes out and it gets it and brings it into you. So I've picked up my Zeit right now, and I talk about the things that either I have a business interest in or um, pulls in. So, for example, um, I am interested in healthy living. I'm interested in exercise science. I'm interested in yoga. I'm interested in gadgets. I'm interested in Apple News. I'm interested in psychology, social media, technology, dogs, National Hockey League, fitness, cats. I'm interested in veterinary things. Um, and when I come to Zeit, Zeit fills my app with information about it. And every time you see an article on Zeit, you have the opportunity to give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. So Zeit is constantly learning. If you give it a thumbs up, you're going to see more articles like that or more articles from the source. Okay. Um, and you can also say, I like the site that this material came from, and it will bring you everything. Okay. So that's A. B is it will just make Zeit smarter and you'll see more and more things. So Zeit, absolutely a must. Now, here's an unusual site. It's called Circa, and Circa is also available as an app, CIRCA. Again, lots of news there. Um, really good stuff. You want to start pulling this in. Now, why am I recommending these things to you? And the answer is because Circle lets you follow news as it happens. You will be finding the news about the news, and you can, when you do this, when you find out about the news, and you are the first, you can be the one breaking the news on Facebook. Um, um, you will be the one breaking the news on Facebook, and your posts will be the ones that are going viral. So you want to pay attention to that. Okay. News360.com. Again, another news site. Very, very important. These are all curated sites and they are up to the date and they are doing the research for you. And you can set these sites with what you're looking for in your niche. And finally, an unusual but a goodie, sponge.com. Sponge is a really great site. What makes it really great is that very few people know anything about it. Um, and it is an extension for Chrome for it's a browser extension for Google Chrome, and it brings the news right to your browser. So that means that if you are curating, um, and you can bring it right into your WordPress site with just a couple of clicks. Okay, so content, it finds it, and with a couple of clicks, it's in your site. What could be better than that? Okay. And you know what's even better than that? It's absolutely free. Okay. Um, anybody, anybody learn anything so far? Okay, we're getting some yeses. All right. So who would like some more cool tools that you can use? More tools? More? Okay, here we go. We've got more cool tools. Okay. Video is hot. Video is hot. If you guys are just going over to YouTube and searching for video, you are missing some really good stuff. So here are 6 sites. Here are 6 sites that you should know about. Number one, and type in if you've heard of these or you use these just to see. I haven't seen people saying that they know most of these, but frequency.com. Frequency.com is like seriously awesome for video. The reason that it's so awesome is that hold on, I'm bringing up sites up as I talk about them. What it does is it goes through all of the um, videos that it finds online. It's either available online or it's an app, and it will find the top videos that are already out there, and it will bring them right to you um, without any um, extra things. You can personalize it. You can create channels. So, for example, if you're interested in the NBA, it will go get the videos for you. If you're interested in wrestling or in Super Bowl or current events, if you're the kind of person who can't exist without finding out, what's going on in what President Obama did in the last 10 minutes, then frequency.com is for you. It goes out and gets you the best videos and it brings them right to you from one place. So if the only place that you've been finding videos is YouTube, well, you've been missing out. Frequency.com should be one of the things that you use. Okay, now we go to waywire.com. Waywire.com, it's loading here. It goes out and finds the videos that are trending. Okay, so they call it wires. Look at the wires that are big right now. Waywire.com. So it will go in and um, they will give you videos on specific topics and they will go out and get them for you and put them together. So right now, the Sundance Film Festival is hot. So there are lots and lots of videos on Sundance Film Festival. Okay. They go into it in depth. Um, there are interesting, it's Martin Luther King Day. So there are lots of videos that are big about Martin Luther King. The Australian Tennis Open taking place. Lots of videos about the Australian Open, including the one that everybody seems to want to watch, is that the ball boy got hit in the face with a ball. And of course, everybody has to see it. Whether it's business, whether it's entertainment, um, you can find out what's going on and bring all of the videos to you. Want to find out what's going on in the world of beer? Waywire.com. Okay? Cool video tools. You will never say, I can't find another video. Harlan, I'm out of videos. People say, Harlan, I don't have any videos to post. Okay. The next one is called Wozio.com. Wozio is also an app. It's also a website, and
Harlan, can I
sure,
interrupt you for a second?
sure,
Harlan,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Are you actually, were you showing us those sites? Because we're just seeing the PowerPoint slide now.
No, I'm not showing you the the sites.
Okay, I just want to make sure because a lot of people are getting confused, so I just wanted to make
No,
sure.
I'm going through and I'm
Sorry.
describing what the sites are about.
Okay, just wanted to clarify. I apologize.
Okay. Um, okay. So Wozio is another one that brings in um, um, brings in the information for you. Brings in lots and lots of videos. It's hugely popular, and it brings across and it lets you compare. Um, you name the subject that you're interested in, and Wozio makes sure that you are up to date on that information. It's kind of like watching TV, but the TV that you are watching is only imagine having a TV, but the only channels were the ones that you really wanted to see, and it anticipates what you want to see, and it's always there and interesting. You never have a boring program, only really cool stuff. So that's Wozio.com. Our next contender for for your pleasure is Telly.com. In Telly.com, this is again, all of these guys have apps on the App Store. This is like um, these are unusual videos. The videos that you see on Telly are the kinds of things that people are passionate about. Um, you have a picture of, I don't know if you saw it going around, but there was a guy who went to Africa, and he decided that he was going to go give a lion a hug without any preparation whatsoever. He wanted to go hug a lion. Now, there's a name for a person like that. Like, I have a name for it. And the name for that is like criminally insane. Okay. Only a criminally insane person would do something like that. It's just like pure stupidity. But this guy went up to a wild lion, not a zoo lion. He went up to a wild lion to hug it. First, it looked like it was going to eat him. And then it kind of responded to the hug. So, um, do you think that video went viral? Yeah, it sure did. Imagine if you were the one that circulated that. What would that do for your traffic? This is the place where you find the videos that are hot right now. Okay. This is the video. This is the place to go to find videos that are hot right now. And if you go there, you'll see videos that you've probably seen on Facebook today. A dog and a cat teach their offspring how to go down the stairs. Okay. These are the things that people who like sharing, um, they will go, they will be the people who start things off. So Telly.com, really, really the most viral stuff that you can find, the most viral videos that you can find are at Telly.com. Now, the next site, Wimp.com, is probably one of the ugliest sites that you will ever see online. Every day it shares four to five videos with you, but the videos that they share are absolutely just killer videos. And I shared one of them on one of my sites. So they share five videos today. How dogs and cats teach their offspring to use the stairs. Okay, remember, we've already seen that topic, and it was really, really popular. Okay. Number two, a video called This Is Not Your Average House. Number three, I saw this and I shared this on one of my Facebook pages. A hockey player A loses his stick down the ice. Then they turn skate the other way, and the guy is skating down ice. He doesn't have the stick. One of the players ahead of him takes the stick, flips it up in the air. It is a perfect pass. It lands in the hands of his teammate. And you go, how the heck did they do that? It is absolutely brilliant. Wimp.com, you will find just five videos a day, If you share them, you can train your dog to come here, you can train your dog to roll over. If you want to train your audience to come back to you time after time, then wimp.com is a really good place to go. Now, the last site is one that, again, there's an app for, um, and they get sites from all over, and the stuff that they have is really hot, powerful stuff they pull from all over the net. Now, the interesting thing is that here there are a lot more fun videos than you would imagine. This was invented for um, this was invented for pure um, going viral. If you go ahead and use this site um, and you run out of viral content, it's because you are not trying. So I have now, in 2 slides, given you 11 sites that will give you more than enough information to be, you will be among the first to have content. You will be among the first to share content that nobody else has. The content that you will be sharing is viral content, and the content that you are sharing is stuff that people will want to share with their friends. So I want to ask you folks, is this good stuff? Is this good stuff? Okay, people are saying this is freaking awesome. Someone says Darwin Awards. Someone says this is really boring. I'm leaving. Okay, well, have a nice night. I'm overloaded on info. I can't wait to check out all of this stuff. I had no idea these sites existed. This is the best webinar ever. Okay. Um, very thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks, incredible, excellent, slurp. Okay, so would you guys want more? Would you guys want more? Should would you like more? Oh, okay. Well, then why don't we do some more? Okay. Someone went, seriously? Someone said this was boring? Okay, so let's do more. Okay, now, more. Um, Another drink of water, and then we're back to you guys. Okay, prismatic. Okay, prismatic, actually, I put in prismatic, but you're going to end up at a site called Get Prismatic. Um, and when you go there, um, let's go to, did I spell it wrong? Go to getprismatic.com. I'm going to change my slide right here. Whoa. I thought that it would just redirect you, but just to be sure, you want to go to getprismatic.com. And what Prismatic does is, let's say that you are someone famous like Hugh, okay? And you want to know, like, all right, I'm famous like Hugh. I live in Miami. All of my cool friends are, on South Beach. They're always in the news. Well, Prismatic will find out what all of your friends are doing that are in the news. And they find really, really cool articles that other places do not um, find. It follows all of the people and the interests that you care about. Prismatic find stories you will not get anywhere else. Again, you teach it with either a like or a dislike. And if you like what you're doing, if you like it, it'll do more. If you don't like it, it will um, it will teach itself to give you to better content. Okay, so it's getprismatic.com. Again, almost all of these have um, apps, and you want to use the apps. Now, the next one I was a bit hesitant to talk to you about, and it's called tweetedtimes.com. And that involves Twitter. Okay. How many people here think that Twitter is a waste of time for the most part? How many people here think Twitter is a waste of time? No, don't be shy. Okay. Most people are putting in Twitter is a waste of time. Okay. Out of all the people who are typing in, I get that feeling. I'm getting very, very few. I don't use it, never use it. I don't much use it. Very time consuming. And the answer is that that Twitter has not been taught properly. And I'm going to say that to this day, I don't know that anybody is teaching Twitter properly. And what I mean by that is that Twitter is basically about bragging about how many followers you have. And that's not what it's about at all. Twitter is really about following the things that interest you and the ability to dialogue with people that you would have no access to. Okay. Now, you can't guarantee that they're going to respond to you, but you can pretty much guarantee that they're going to see or hear what you say. So, in other words, if you tweet Miley Cyrus, is she going to see your tweet? Probably not. Does Miley occasionally look at her tweets? I would guarantee that. Okay. People who you tweet will see it. The problem is, it's not about followers, it's about getting your interests there. And most people do. For most people, Twitter is a total waste of time. All of the tools that people use to get more followers, reduce Twitter to basically a really exaggerated spam machine. When you go on Twitter, if you've done it the way the gurus taught, then basically you're seeing a quickly changing stream of gibberish that you're not interested in. If that's the case, tweeted times is of no use to you. On the other hand, if you have built Twitter correctly and you are only following people who are in your niche or who are interesting, then you will find tweeted times to be the way that you get the most up to date news in your niche faster than anything else. News travels on Twitter at the speed of light. For all the things that you say about Twitter, news hits Twitter. It's the most valuable tool reporters use. So if you follow the right people on Twitter, um, you will be on the top of the news. And Tweeted Times goes and gets your interests and makes a newspaper out of it. If your Twitter account is filled with people that you are not interested in, then Tweeted Times will give you absolute crap. It might be a reason to create a new Twitter account and do it properly, because it's that good, and you will have the news before anyone else in the world has it. Okay? So tweeted times only for people who are interested in um, in being the first one to know the news. Okay. Now, our next site is called SnapZoo. SnapZoo.com is a curated site that has it has okay. So here's SnapZoo is based on social content. You make it to SnapZoo when you post something on the internet and it gets lots of likes or lots of shares. SnapZoo finds it and posts it. So it has whatever is really big, it scans the internet and pulls in the best stuff that it finds, not based on what they think, but based on what fans think. So, for example, um, yesterday, after the big game, the Seahawks star Richard Sherman gave a post game interview and people were talking about it a whole day today. There were lots of comments, lots of shares. Not surprisingly, it's one of their videos of the day. Okay. Um, there was in the car world, there is nothing hotter than the new Tesla Motors car. These things are absolutely insane. You know, people who have been thirsting all of their lives for Lamborghini are now wiping out the word Lamborghini from their mind and thinking of Tesla. I mean, literally, you could drive it through from your iPad. You could put someone behind the wheel and you could drive it from the iPad type device that's next to it. It is probably the coolest car out there. And this is what's on SnapZoo now. So if you ever want to know if people are going to like something, you can go to SnapZoo and you already know that the news there has gone viral. It's kind of like cheating um, on posting stuff that people already know. Now remember, this is not a race to be the first to post. Okay, um, this is the first to post to your followers. Okay, um, someone saying, "Are we going to be going too late with this stuff?" And the answer is, no, we're not. We're not. Um, the next site that I want to talk about is the one that we talked about earlier today, ViralNova. Okay, ViralNova is a site that you should be following, and the reason, of course, if you jump off, you're going to miss the ultimate secret, but I can't help you there. Is ViralNova. The reason that you should be following ViralNova is because number one, it is just this amazing curated site. Um, I want you to get used to reading their headlines because their headlines are curiosity headlines that force you to want to read more. This couple couldn't decide where to get married, so they did this instead. Dot, 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 and I love it. That might look like a book, dot, 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 but it's not. It's actually a completely brilliant idea. I never would have believed what this guy did was real, dot, 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 till I saw how he did it. Mind blowing. Um, this pug was born without eyes. That's what makes what he does even more believable. Um, just when I thought I'd seen everything, this happens on a tiny island in Asia. Stunning. Okay. A girl revealed on Twitter that she was dying. Her final messages are absolutely heartbreaking. So the things here are just awesome, awesome stuff. And it forces you to read it. And my friends, I want you to follow ViralNova because they are the um, uh, they are the experts at building a brand. And if what they are doing is working, what do you think we should be doing, my friends? If what they're doing is working and their headlines are working, what should we be doing? Linda says copying them. Antoine, follow suit. Lila, copy. The same thing. Rinse and repeat. You got it. So I want you to study them and model. And Kathy has it correct. Model them. Is ViralNova an app? No, but you can get it obviously by going to the sites. So I want you to see what they're doing, follow what they're doing, so you can use it. Okay, now the last site, before I go into the ultimate secret tool that I use, is called spike.newswhip. And I'm bringing it up on my phone so I can do it. Spike.newswhip.com. And it's coming up. Okay, now here, we've all heard the term of crowd sharing. This is there are free accounts and there are also paid accounts. But at Spike, you can, it's, the site is called Spike, but the site is spike.newswhip.com. And what happens here is they consider everybody who is on Spike, everybody who is on the net is an editor. And so they give you a heck of a lot um, of content. Now, um, Spike is a subscription site, but you can get free accounts at Spike and see what's going on. Is it worth the price that they are charging? No. However, it's just another way for you to find out what's going on. And certainly, you probably can get enough email addresses that if you like Spike, you could keep putting in email addresses and get their content. Um, Unbelievable. It's really a professional tool that you can use. It's the only one that I've mentioned tonight. It's not cheap, but it's about finding out what from millions of people what they want to read. So this is a social search news tool. Who uses Spike? Every single major site that you can think of uses Spike so that they know before they print it whether it's going to be a popular story or not. All those folks out there, you see that Mashable publishes things. How does Mashable know whether it's a hot topic or not? Because um, they go to spike.newswhip.com. If you just want to see pure content, you can go just to newswhip.com and you'll see some really cool stuff there. Okay. Lots and lots of content that is given for free. Okay. So spike.newswhip.com for a subscription. If you just want the free stuff, just go to newswhip.com and you will see stuff that will make your hair stand on end and start dancing. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you one more time. Have you gotten any value from this? Have you gotten any value from this? People are saying yes, yes, insane, mucho, huge, valuable. Okay. So I got more. Would you like to hear more? Judith is going slurp, slurp, slurp. Okay. Um, and what about all of Hugh's friends are on the line? Just this is just to Hugh's friends. Are you guys getting value from this? Just Hugh's friends. Yes, they're saying yes. Hugh, are you getting value from this?
Very much so, Harlan.
Okay.
I've been taking the advice of one of our attendees and using the icon in the upper right hand of the window to save screenshots.
Okay. There you go. So let's go on, guys, because now we're going to get into, you know, there are some things these big sites do that they don't tell. And we're about to blow that away and show it to you. Okay. So, with your permission, I have more content. Oh, you guys don't want more content, do you? Do you really? More content? What do you think, Hugh? Should I over deliver?
I think you should over deliver. I vote yes.
Okay, well, here we go. Um, here are 6 more sites that you will thank me for. Okay,
Wow.
let's pretend that I'm in a site like a dog niche. And I'm just like, I can't find news. I just can't find news. And I just wish there were more sites like mine. So I can go to any of um, the first four here, and more of it. And it'll say, okay, what site would you like more of? You go to similar sites. What site would you like us to find sites similar to? You go to sites like, what sites would you like us to find content like? And then the ultimate is there's an app in Chrome where you Google the word Google similar pages. And when you're in Chrome, there's an app that will go, here are a whole bunch of other sites just like the ones that you might be interested in. So, what happens here is if you have ever had a day of curating and you said, I just can't find more information, well, that day just ended. Okay? That day just totally ended. So, the first four find sites like your site. Now we go to the last two, and obviously I have saved the last two because they are just something special. Okay. And in order like of favorites, Zeef.com, I want you to know that if you went to Zeef, um, you can find information about anything in the world at Zeef, and you name it, it's there. And my God, the information that you can find, and you can even become an expert there. So when it comes to sports, they have everything that you could be interested in, from Formula One and cricket to snowboarding and salsa and golf. Okay, latest stuff, latest information. Um, if you can't find it at Zeef, then there's just not anybody um, looking for it. You name it, from um, what's hot in shopping, what are the best coupon sites in marketing. Actually, today their number 2 topic is content curation. And when you go to content curation, you're going to see a whole bunch of tools, including a lot of the sites that I'm recommending. Okay. Um, Lots and lots of information telling you about sites like Pinterest and for those of you who are in, I know Adam Brenner's on here, the jazz. Do you know that there are sites that are all about music curation? Okay. Um, a heck of a lot of stuff. The art curation, if you want to have a curated newsletter, things that you can do, curated lists, Zeef.com, great stuff. Now, Scoop It. Scoop It is my secret weapon. And the reason that I say that it's my secret weapon is because there's so much news and information in, I don't care really what the topic is. The information that you can get at Scoop It is awesome. All it all you need to do is um, at Scoop It is come up with things, and it will suggest topics to you. You will seem like a genius if you go to work and um, you at your job and you study Scoop It. Everybody will think that you know you are the most brilliant person in the world. The truth of the matter is, you may not be. You just have Scoop It as one of your tools. Scoop It finds just about everything for you. Um, and gosh, you will not have any problems finding content ever again in your life if you go to Scoop It. I don't care what you are interested in. Um, Scoop It is the site that you want to have, and you want to learn how to use it. You do not have to pay for Scoop It. If you want to scoop and start your own curated newsletter, then you can. But I don't use it for that. I use it simply as finding information, finding experts, and having access to really odd topics. So, for example, my background is education. If I wanted to find out about how people are using iPads in education, that would be the place to go. You name it. If people are interested, um, this is the place that you should really go to. Scoopit.com. Okay, now we go to the secret weapon. Okay, the secret weapon, I call it the secret weapon. The truth of the matter is that it's a really sophisticated and powerful tool. And I want to show you just a small number of the sites that are using this weapon. Number one, the Huffington Post, the New York Times, Yahoo Sports, Women's Health, and my own Caddington and Dogington Post. But I want to show it to you, and I want to show you how it's used, and I want to talk to you about why it's important. What I'm about to say here, folks, is the most important element, and it's the most important tool, and it's probably what I've spent a good part of the last year um, just focusing on. Okay, for those of you who are having, um, for those of you who are having audio difficulties, and I see people doing that again, we're going to try and get the replay to you. Um, we'll post it and just stick with us. Hopefully, the replay. Hugh is recording it. I am recording it. I'll try and get it up, and so will Hugh, so you can follow us. But there's some really good information here. So, can you see that Can you see that at least the first four sites are serious sites? Nobody would say that the Huffington Post is not a serious site. Nobody would say that New York Times is not a serious site. Yahoo Sports, Women's Health. These are the sites that are just gold. These are the sites that are just gold. They are definitive authority sites. So why am I mentioning them to you now? Why are they so important. Okay. Here's why they're important. Because these sites have learned about the secret metric. And let me give you, if I may digress, but I'm not wasting time here. I do not, I read the New York Times. I was born in New York. I read the New York Times. But I read the New York Times online. I read the New York Times on my iPhone. I read the New York Times on my iPad. And occasionally, I'll even read it on my computer. But chances are I'm going to read it on my iPad. Nice big screen, nice big app. There we go. I'm happy. But the New York Times makes its money on its print newspaper by having a high circulation. And so they make an offer. If you subscribe to their Sunday Times and agree to have that Sunday Times delivered to you, I want you to understand this. If you have the New York Times delivered to your home, you can have their content for half price. If you don't want them, if you don't allow them to deliver the newspaper for you, you have to pay full price. Okay. Now, how many people think that it would be better just to keep the newspaper, not print it, save a few trees, and why bother sending me something that I don't want? Who does that make sense to? All right. Are you following me? Wouldn't it make more sense just to give me the lower price and not make me subscribe? Okay. People saying yes. Okay. So why do they make me subscribe? Why do they want me to subscribe? I mean, I'm going to pay them for the content. Why should they send me? Why do they have to send me the physical newspaper? And Rick gets it because they would sell fewer ads. They want to show that they have a high circulation. Paul Schmidt says it best: circulation equals um, circulation equals value. Advertisers are based, Barbara says, on circulation. So by getting me even once a week, they get to legitimately claim a higher circulation, even though generally my New York Times comes in a blue bag every Sunday morning, and it goes almost every week from the blue bag to the recycling bin, and it rarely gets looked at. I'll read the New York Times, but I'll read it digital. Okay? Everybody following me? So each one of the sites here has to justify its presence to advertisers. And the way they do that is by tapping into the secret metric. Now, ViralNova, the site that we talked about at the beginning, the site that in 8 months has become one of the most powerful movers and shakers on the internet altogether, what's making this site so powerful and the reason that everybody is interested in it is this metric, and it's called page views. So let me just say that page views equals money. The more page views you get, the more your site is worth. Now, you guys saw very, very clearly that the more page views ViralNova gets, the more his income goes up. Remember, he gets hundreds of thousands of page views, and then more people click on his ads. So I want you to have the example, even though I hate math and many of the people on here probably hate math, I want you to understand a very, very simple equation. And that is that page views equal money. Page views equal money. Page views, Kathy says, are to online advertisers as subscriptions is to the New York Times. It's like an old SAT example.
It's kind
Page
of like
views.
when you get the newspaper and you read every page in it rather than just the headlines. You know, if you read every page, you're going to see all the ads.
That is correct. So they want people reading their papers. But, online, it's trackable. Online, it's trackable. The New York Times has no way of knowing, nor do they care that um, nor do they care whether I go through it or not. They just want to see me as a subscriber. Okay, so let's go and see the secret weapon, the most powerful tool that these sites are using now. Okay, let's look at it. And here we go. Here's the Huffington Post. The Huffington Post is where I discovered this tool most of all. Um, the Huffington Post had a thing, and it's called baked. It's called the best vegan burgers. Now, I don't know about you. I like vegetarian food. I like eating healthy, but baked broccoli burgers. Okay, like when I met Hugh for recently, we went out to dinner, and I'm the kind of guy. We went out for Mexican food, and I said, Hugh, order the fajita. But Hugh got mad at me because he wanted these baked broccoli burgers. Okay, okay. So
Right.
so what you're looking at here is a slideshow. And they say here that the headline for this was like the 10 best vegan burgers. Okay. If you are a vegan, you're going to go through this slideshow and see, oh my God, what are they? They also do things like the 10 best pizza stores in New York City, the 10 best ice cream stores in the United States, um, the 13 um, the 13 best burger joints you've never heard of. And people are looking, and it's curiosity that makes them go through from number one all the way to the end. And notice here, they let you rate it, they let you share it. And some of these things are just, they make their way around. I saw it because someone shared the best hamburgers in America, and I went and I clicked through it. Okay. Everybody see this, but what, and these are really, really popular. Okay. 10 top supermodels, etc. And people are saying, yuck. Yeah. Okay. But listen, Mike, I see that you've typed yuck, but this is Hugh's favorite food. So, okay. So,
Give you
every
some
time,
slack, Mike.
all right. So every time that that someone goes through this slideshow, here's the delicious part, guys, not the baked broccoli burgers. Here's the delicious part. That every time someone clicks on the slideshow, there's another page view. There's another page view. So when someone comes to this site who's a vegan and they come to this page, that's one page view. Then when they go through this slide and they click onto the second picture, that's another page view, and another and another. And because these slideshows are addicting, what the Huffington Post does is it turns one page view into 12 page views. Because let's finish the David F goes boom. Because remember our math. Page views equal what? Tanya goes clever Huffington Post. Finish the math. Page views equal income, money, people typing in dollar signs, money, money, money. Page views equal monetize, money. And David goes, page view equal broccoli burgers. Okay. All right. Everybody get this? So Huffington Post here got greedy. Instead of one page view, they turned it into 12 page views. People saying, wow, I never knew this. Okay, well, let's keep going. Here's the New York Times. The New York Times is suffering. Its readership is down. So the New York Times uses this to convince their, just like they send out those subscriptions for newspapers that, go straight to my recycle bin, reinventing Rio. Okay, full screen, and you see up at the top in small letters, 1 of 15. So they have little text underneath it, related. They bring you to similar things. But here's the New York Times, and it is turning one page view into 15 page views. And does time on each page matter? Nope, not at all. Not at all. Now, Larry points out something else that sites do, and this is brilliant. And he says, Dr. Oz has articles go from page to page to page before it ends. Yes, you create an artificially short page so that you can take an article that should go on one page and spread it out over 4. Except that articles aren't addicting as photos. Photos online, everybody knows that on Facebook, photos are the most shared thing online. That's it. If you want likes, post a photo, post a meme. Okay, so photos are shareable, and the New York Times, which is, they call it, its nickname is the old gray lady because it is respectable. We just caught the old gray lady cheating by converting one page view into 15 page views. Okay, everybody see what's going on here? Let's go on to Yahoo Sports. Yahoo Sports. The Australian Open is on, and I want to show you something here, that Yahoo Sports is deliciously evil. Deliciously evil. Watch this, okay? So here's Sharapova is out. Nadal, Murray win tough matches. And here's a slideshow about what's going on. Well, the first thing is that on the right-hand side, they show you not only do they have this slideshow, but look at how many other slideshows they have. And they cover everything. Slideshows, okay? What the big tennis stars will be wearing at the Australian Open, okay? People training. They have lots and lots of slideshows. The reason that they have lots and lots of slideshows is because slideshows equal money. Slideshows equal money. Now, a year ago or 2 years ago, they were ready to hold a funeral for Yahoo.com. They thought that Yahoo was done, over, dead. Okay. They were going to pronounce rigor mortis. And then they brought in a hotshot woman executive from Microsoft, and Yahoo started adding these slideshows. All of a sudden, Yahoo has more and more and more people interested in it. The stock is going up because more people are spending more time on Yahoo. Why are they doing that? Because Yahoo is giving them real content. Let's go on and see it on another site, womenshealth.com. 7 weird things that promote weight loss. And get this, one of them is chocolate. Now, 7 things, and you see that there are 8 slides. The only thing is that as you go through the slides and you follow them, by the time you get to slide 8, it rolls you into the next slideshow. And then there's offers in between slideshows or under the slideshows. This is a serious money making tool. Okay. Now, what if you combined and you did something like the Huffington Post did and super powerful, and you did this? Let's look through this. Here's a slideshow on awkward cat family photos. And let's look at the red arrows. Number 1 red arrow, there are a seriously weird picture. Okay. Red arrow number 2, where it says slightly crazy cat lady. Okay. You have text, whatever you want to say. Underneath it, you have 2 ads using retargeting. It's the Florida Panthers because my son is a hockey nut, and we have Panther tickets. So we see 2 ads. So we see here, and people are saying it looks like TMZ player. Okay. Um, this is something that we are doing because we want more page views. Now, just like ViralNova attracted attention on page views, when our page views went crazy, starting in July, people were calling us at, I had to block, okay, true story today. I'm on Skype, I'm on a consulting call, and someone says, Harlan, this is your friend Justin. I don't have a friend, Justin. Yeah, I'm trying to help you make money with the Dogington Post. That Justin. Okay, he's been trying to get a hold of me. He sees me, tracks me down on Skype, and he's talking to me. I said, "Hey, Justin, I'm on a, it's really cool. Okay, you can be my Skype buddy, but I'm on a call now, and I can't talk to you now. We'll have to reschedule." And he goes, "Okay, no worries. Just want to be able to know that I connect." And then while I'm on the call, Justin is selling me on how he can make, and the guy is like, he won't go away. He knows I'm on a call. I'm not responding to him. He just keeps typing more information, how much money, whatever. Why? Because all these people showed up when my page views showed up. Okay. So now this, what you see here, is the outcome of a year of concentrated effort to be able to do what the big boys do without spending hundreds of thousands to get this done. Okay. Um, who would like to see how this is done? Okay. Who would like to see how easy it is to do this? Yes, please. I would. Okay. So I'm going to make Hugh the presenter. Are you ready, Hugh, to become the presenter?
Yep.
Okay. Let's
Yes, I
make
am.
okay, let's make Hugh the presenter. Okay, and you are now the presenter. Show your screen.
And there I am. Can you guys see a screen that says I love German Shepherds? When you do see it,
Not
just let
yet.
us know.
I
And
don't
if
see your screen. I see how we crush the competition, our secret weapon. You have to show your screen.
I think it is because a lot of people are seeing it.
Now I see it.
Everybody says yes?
Okay.
Okay, cool. Well, you wanted me to show you how easy it is to do this, so I'm just going to do that. Um, I'm going to copy a little strip of code right here. I'm going to go to edit my post right here. And I'm going to paste in this one line of code and change it to German Shepherds. And I'm going to save that post. And then I'm going to come back to where you were when you first saw my screen, which obviously there was no slideshow on that. And we'll just wait for that page to save itself. And here it comes. As soon as it's done, now I'm going to go and just refresh this same page. And it takes just a second, just like the Huffington Post and all the other ones. We're preloading our images here so that it goes more quickly, and actually would come like that. So now we have this beautiful slideshow just from that one line of code. All I did was copy and paste it and change the keyword. And as you'll notice here, it's got a title for each picture, a description. And this is the super easy way to do it without even creating a custom slideshow. And I'm going to show you in a minute how you can make a totally custom slideshow. And I'm not surprised if the audio went out for just a second, because when when it downloads the pictures, it takes a lot of bandwidth. But I wanted to show you that there are a lot of different kind of slideshows. So a lot of people were asking like, does a slideshow go from page to page, or what does it do? There's some of the slideshows that you get, that's all they are, a slideshow, right? This is tons more than just a slideshow, but it is a slideshow. Now, the difference is that we are going from page to page. Is this frame in here is actually a page. And if I show you the frame source of that frame, you're going to see that it is its own page, and it also has its own tracking code in it, just like any other web page. So that means that as we scroll from picture to picture, we're loading our analytics codes, and we're creating a some page views. Now,
So let me just
I'm not
go.
trying to say, like, I'm not quite as, yes, sir.
Let me just
Go
summarize
ahead.
it for some of our folks. What you've just
Mm-hmm.
done, if you'll go back to the slideshow, what Hugh did by putting together this slideshow is instead of getting one page view by having someone come and see the cute German Shepherd, Hugh is greedy, and instead of one page view, Hugh is going after 20 page views. And if someone,
That's
guys,
right.
let me ask you, if there are 20 pictures of German Shepherds and you are showing these to German Shepherd lovers, how many of those slides do you think they're going to go through? 20. 20
Well, I'm
times
telling
2,
you, every time I
21.
find one of these,
Okay.
whenever I find one of these things about a topic that I like, I waste so much time. It's
Okay.
ridiculous.
So here's the deal. Okay, now let's ask you some really direct questions. Hugh, how many of these pictures did you buy?
That would be 0 of this these particular slideshows. You can see all I did was change a word in that code, and then these pictures come from Flickr.
Oh, how do the
The
pictures,
back end of the,
hold on, how do the pictures get in here from Flickr? Did you have to go hunting
well,
on Flickr or was it automatic?
well, this is done automatically.
Oh,
All you do is paste that little code and put in the keyword that you want to bring pictures for. That's all you do.
and all of these pictures are pictures that you could use freely without any um, without any copyright issues. Is that correct?
That is correct, and that's why they put them in the Flickr feed. And if that's not enough, we automatically give attribution. As you can see at the lower right-hand side of the frame, it says Flickr hyphen and then the person's name. And then all you have to do is click on that, and you automatically go to the page for that person. So and that's exactly the attribution that they require to use these.
Okay. Now, what if I have my own account at Getty, or what if I'm a news site and the news site um, is I have the rights to, let's say, AP photos or something like that. Can I use my own photos? What if my readers participate in a contest, like at the Dogington Post? We have Black Dog Friday, and everybody sends us pictures of their black dog. Can I use their photos?
Um, you can use your own photos if that's what you're asking.
Right.
You
So if
you can
someone wants
design
to
these
if
things.
someone wants to submit their photos to me and I have the photos, can I load them up and say here are the winning black
Oh yeah.
dogs?
Want me to show you how to do that?
Sure.
Okay. What we're going to do is I'm going to just make another slideshow. And see, so we have a post here. So I'm going to go back to the page view exploder. And I kind of made one here called My New Slideshow, but I'm going to edit that. And I'm going to call it My German Shepherds because I have some of my own pictures. And I could put a description here also, My German Shepherd, whatever, put in here. Save that baby. Then we'll go back here and add some slides. You just click this add slides, and we're leveraging WordPress's media uploader right in the plugin. So there's you're really used to this. You can use your own media library, or you can upload, and it's pretty easy to do. I won't really do it because I don't want to suck up the bandwidth, but you could upload all of these pictures, in one time. Then you go to your
Okay.
media library and you can pick, pick the image that you want, and you can create the title and the description. That was Rufus. And then you just click the select image for insertion into PVE slideshow.
And there you
And
go.
it will automatically put that into the slideshow. Now I could also change the description from here and update it, but I'm going to add a couple of more slides real quick just to show you how we get them all
What he's doing
in
right now,
the
the
set.
term we use for what Hugh is doing right now is he's curating the pictures. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are saying to me, let's go have Hugh do one more. A lot of people are asking questions. So we'll come to them in just a moment.
Okay. Hoping to maybe get 4 or 5. But the other thing is you don't have to actually use a picture that's in your media library. If you want to choose one that's in an external URL somewhere on the web, you just click this side and put the URL to the image in here. Like I picked this one just for the heck of it and put this guy in, and he's got a weird funny face, and he'll come up. I don't even know who that is, but so now that I have 3 slideshows, I can drag and drop them into the order that I want, and they just automatically save. And then I can add the description and update it, and it'll give you a readout that it was saved. So you can drag them around. Now I'm going to go back to the main admin page, and it's going to automatically give me the code right here. All I have to do is copy it, make another post, and maybe that was John Rhodes, Gary. I don't. To be honest, I just used it for a test. I'm going to remove it. He doesn't belong with my German Shepherds, but I just wanted to show you how I could grab a URL, from anywhere. Come on, give me an add new here. So, yeah, so now the thing is, if you guys can imagine, you could actually spend as much time as you want creating your own images. It could be infographics, it could be an advertising sequence, it could be photos with an ad in between them, There's so many things that you could do.
All right, let me come back, Hugh, and take the screen back.
Okay.
Okay, let's
You
see.
wanted to see this real quick? I'm just going to
Sure.
make this, and then I'm done with that part. So I'll just go ahead and publish this, my dogs. And it has the custom slideshow that I just made with the 2 pics of my dogs and that funny looking guy in there. So, and we should see that as soon as I go to that post. Hopefully it's saved okay. And so then it opens up, and there's my dogs. There's that guy. And whatever I put up here, whatever I put in the description, the title shows up here. And of course, my analytics are still being called every time I switch pictures to a new picture. I look at it, the next one. Okay?
All right, let me take it back here.
Mm-hmm.
And show my screen. So what you were just seeing now is the tool that you were using is something that was my dream. And I could not get this tool made by hook or crook or whatever. And then, you know, I looked at Hugh, and Hugh is one of the few people who really got curation and invented possibly one of the best curation tools that there is today, one of the best values. And I said, Hugh, let me explain it to you. And I think I must have explained it to Hugh like 5 times, and all of a sudden he got it. Page views equal money. Page views equal money. Harlan, why do you want page views again? Oh, because page views equal money. And then he designed something that basically is the most powerful tool to multiply your traffic. Instead of getting 1 page view, you just saw how to get 20, and you don't even have to buy a single photo. Page View Exploder is the most powerful tool, and nobody has heard of it because Hugh and I created it. And the only people who know about it are the people on the webinar right now. Now,
And if I could say that, I didn't just like come up with this. Harlan came up to me and said, you know what? I know what's going to absolutely crush it. Can you do this? And that's what I did, just what he said.
Now, this was invented really for me to get even, right now, I'm getting millions of I'm getting millions of views um, on the Dogington Post. But instead of getting a million views, what if I got 20 million views? What would happen to my AdSense income? It would go up by thousands of dollars every month. And my advertising rates would go up. So if you want to blow up your income in a perfectly legal thing, the tool that you should have is Page View Exploder. And you can save $30 tonight. Hugh, can you type the URL in the chat box so make it a live link?
Sure.
pageviewexploder.com/Harlan. And the reason that we're sending you there is because there are three um, there are three ways you can get it. You can get it for one site, you can get it for two sites, or you could get it for unlimited sites. And because we know that most people really want the unlimited sites version, you can go ahead and save 30 bucks on that tonight by going to pageviewexploder.com/Harlan. And if you have questions, type them in and I will feed those questions to the inventor. Okay?
Can I show them how to get that
What
$30 off real quick?
what do they need to do? Just tell them, what do they need to
Okay,
do?
well, when you get to that page, you have to type in the word Harlan into the discount code and then click validate.
Okay, fantastic.
So that's how you get your $30 instant discount. And that coupon is good for 72 hours. So it is going away soon. So I suggest that you would jump on it because the normal price is $197 for this developer. And this is the unlimited developer edition, which means you can install it on as many blogs as you want, and you can also sell that license with the website if you flip it. It's unlimited developer license.
Okay, so when you sell the website, you can sell them this as well. All right, guys, um, questions. The code, someone says, is Harlan with a small h, not a capital H. Okay?
I tried it with all caps and I tried it with all lowercase, and both of them worked for me.
Okay. Is it possible to get a Google AdSense account re-enabled? Yes, people do that all the time. Um, Is it a plugin? Yes, it's a WordPress plugin. Now, for those of you guys who have worked with Hugh, he is an absolute fanatic, a perfectionist, and he will wake up in the middle of the night and say, "Oh my God, I just figured out something better for the plugin," and he'll go and he'll update. I can't tell you,
That's right.
it's on version 1.8 and it's been like done
I
for like
actually
a
dream about new code sometimes.
so he will update it all the time. Last week someone said, "Hey, I'm having a conflict with XYZ," and within like 6 hours there was no more conflict. So um, we want you guys as beta testers and we want you to push this thing to the limit. I gave this to my
Mhm.
team at the Dogington Post and I said, I want you to crash Hugh's plugin, make it fail. And they couldn't do it. It is absolutely safe. We are really picky about what goes in, um, and and this is one of the few plugins that we use. It is really powerful. So,
I'm seeing some questions come in, and if you don't mind, may I address a couple of them?
sure, but go ahead and get in
Okay,
on
first,
this while you can.
yeah. The normal price, Van, is $197, but you're going to get an instant $30 off with that coupon tonight. And then it's going right back up to $197 because it cost us a lot of money to make this baby.
Okay.
Okay, so
Chris Smith, how often are you creating slideshows? Chris, our goal is to create a slideshow a day. I'll be greedy. People love this stuff. Now let's pretend that you had a fishing site, okay? Let's just pretend that you had a site and people send in pictures of themselves holding up smallmouth bass, right? Because everybody knows Chris has the biggest site about on the internet about smallmouth bass. You think people would like to
cool.
see those slideshows? Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes.
Okay,
And
go check it
people
out.
are asking me also how is it, who installs it or whatever. It's super simple to install it. You just upload the regular plugin using WordPress, and
Okay,
that's it.
but hold
Done.
on. Before you do that, I want you to see Hugh's instructions because there's one step that you got to do first um, to make sure that it's simple, easy. So please go through the instructions.
Yeah, INQ.
Okay, there's
And
one
you
thing
got to
that you
put
need
in
to
your
do.
AdSense code and your analytics, and that's it.
Okay. Um,
The Flickr content comes from offsite. It does not come through your server at all.
okay.
If you're worried
Um,
about bandwidth.
Okay, Jared asks a great question. Will this work with all WordPress themes like Thesis? Jared, we had a conflict last week. We got the information over to Hugh and it was fixed. So if you're talking about a standard theme like Thesis and there is a problem, I can't imagine that there would be because we've already tried it on some really obscure things. Hugh will get that taken care of and you'll all be
We know how
notified.
to fix those conflicts. If some one of those themes come up and there's a weird layout or something, we'll just take it in the lab and we'll just beat on it until it works right.
Okay. So you do not need to hire anybody to install it. Future
The
improvements.
tutorials are like, I'm sorry, what?
Okay, people are asking about what about future developments? Paul, uh, my conversation with Hugh is like he's going to like improve this like 3 times a week. I can't stop him. Okay, he's out of
We have
control
some
and over
great
delivering.
ideas for this. Yeah, we have some great ideas coming up for this actually in the future, like the ability to change the design, the colors, adding different kind of ads, that sort of thing. Right now, we really based it on the Huffington Post. We didn't, steal it from them. We wrote it from the ground up, but we basically modeled it after what they've been doing. Now it looks like they're starting to change there, so we'll do some changes and we'll make it better. We'll just make it better. That's what we do with our stuff, as long as we can.
Okay. Can you use it to get Facebook traffic? And the answer is heck yeah. You post this on Facebook, and pretty soon, a slideshow of, oh, look at the cute puppies. Look at the video of look at the slideshow of the puppies sleeping. Okay. You will get more traffic than you know what to do with. Um, is the AdSense
And we
code
programmed this up so you can really share it nicely too.
The AdSense code is something that you
Sorry.
enter into your plugin one time. Is that correct, Hugh?
Hmm.
Okay.
That's right.
Um, can this be used with the
It's a good idea to do videos. We don't have videos working it yet, but that's an idea. We're looking at all of that.
Okay, can this be used with our existing CPC site? Um, you guys can
Sure.
install plugins in there. If there's an issue, bring it to Hugh's attention, and he'll go ahead and make it work. Um, Does a slideshow count as a post as well as a multiple page views? And the answer is yes. How do you
Yeah,
integrate
the
this with?
slideshow itself is a post or a
Right.
page, and so it's like you get engagement on that page at the same time you're getting page views from the slides itself.
Susie wants to know how do you integrate this with Facebook? And the answer is the traffic from Facebook will come to your site, just like ViralNova does.
And also we have a very cool sharing mechanism on the plugin that shares the first image in the slideshow gets shared to Facebook with a very nice looking bookmark, so you can actually use it to drive traffic to that post.
Okay. Um, you, Kevin asks, what about pictures that are copyrighted? You should not ever use pictures that someone else owns the copyright. You should never use pictures that you do not have the rights to. Okay. Um, does this work with videos? Not yet. Um, okay, Hugh, there's some things that you might want to answer privately. So the slideshows do not work on Facebook. No, the goal is to bring traffic from Facebook to your site. We are interested in more traffic on your site. Um, would AdSense pay on your fan pages? No. Um, right now, there's no way of putting AdSense on a Facebook page. They pay you on the site, just like ViralNova. How many sites can you use it on if you have the unlimited license? Unlimited. What if someone never did AdSense or never did Facebook? What do you tell a total dummy? Well, Jared, meet Hugh. Hugh bends over backwards to take care of. You've never had support like Hugh.
You can get an AdSense account. It's not that hard.
Okay. Once again, once we reach the order site, where do we place Harlan's name in to get a discount? A box will come up.
It says discount code. Discount code.
Okay. Uh,
That's where Harlan's name goes in.
okay. People are
And
saying
then
that
click
they.
validate.
Okay. People are saying that something else, another offer came up for
That's
viral.
right. Put a little OTO that is my Viral Video Curator Pro. We have some other tools that are really nice, so we just gave you an opportunity to jump on that. If you like it, it's tried and true, tested curation tools.
Okay. Lots of people are saying they type in if you picked it up. Type in if you got it. People saying love it.
Adam, as I showed, the Flickr feed gives you the attributions that are required from Flickr.
Okay. Lots of
Wes
people are
wants to
saying
know,
they.
why would you need the extra OTOs? Because this is a page view exploder and the OTO is a curator software.
Susie wants to know if I have my super site course. Absolutely. John says he just got it. Do you set up a Facebook fan page to get more fans for your website? Absolutely. But Joyce, if you're in CPC, you already have your page. Can you use your own Flickr feed? Absolutely.
Well, actually, right now we don't have that in the
Oh,
software. I
it's
don't want to lead
okay.
you wrong. It's basically it's keyword based. Now we could look into adding the ability to add a personal Flickr feed, but if you're going to do that, why don't you just upload your pictures to your media library and do it that way?
Okay. So there, he's saying basically add your own pictures to your media library. You'd get that. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Lots of people writing in that they got it. That's fantastic. Hugh is going to take really good care of you. I hope you guys learned something during this webinar. And the thing that I want you to understand is that the tools that make a site successful, the one that nobody talks about, is page views. And page views equal money. This is the way to take one page view and turn it into 6 or 13 or 20. And your people will sit there as if they were hypnotized and click on increasing your page views. And page views equal money. Okay? That's basically it.
Alex wants to know if you, if Alex wants to know if he can put a link into the picture of a custom picture, and I do believe that is possible to put HTML into the description. I have to check that, but I think you can do that.
Okay. If not, you will fix it so that you can. Um,
Right.
People are asking a lot about your upsell. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, it's a very popular and very successful program called Viral Video Curator Pro. And if I had the screen, I could show you a little bit, but let's just suffice it to say that it uses Harlan's high impact curation style to create curated video content, and it really super works. I totally got my traffic jacked up using it.
All right. Well, there we go. Folks, this is getting real. People are saying, I love value. I love the viral video curator. So people are saying, I own it and it's great. Okay. So, guys,
Cool.
um, and the answer is, can this be used without being a Facebook member? And the answer is, you don't have to be a Facebook member to use this at all, but you will
Not at
get
all.
maximum traffic there. So, guys, go over right now. Whoa, to go over right now to pageviewexploder.com/Harlan. Put in the code Harlan, and you will save $30 on the Ultimate Unlimited tonight. Okay, and that will be valid for how many more hours?
It's going to be open till Thursday at 9 p.m. EST when the coupon expires.
All
Then
right.
it's back up to 197.
Okay. So, guys, that's been it. Thanks for staying on. You guys have been on for a really long time. And I really appreciate it. Hugh, I appreciate you joining us and inventing this awesome plugin. And guys, if you're in on it, Hugh is going to take amazing care of you. He'll probably like have 6 new versions of it by tomorrow morning. So he
Yeah,
aims
yeah.
to
I'm going to
please.
look at all those sites that you shared with us tonight too, Harlan, and see how I can start integrating those into our tools because that's awesome stuff that you shared with us.
Fantastic. Guys, did you learn something tonight? Tell me, truly. You great one. Yes, yes, yes. Learned a lot. Oh, yeah. Well, guys, go out there and do this. This is easy schmeezy stuff. Easy schmeezy stuff.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
it's just get some code, put it on your site, and just get your content out there and bring people to it.
All
That's
right.
just what we do.
Save some money. Head over to PageView Exploder right now. PageViewExploder.com/Harlan. Save the money, get the maximum plug-in, and get the support from Hugh. This is incredible. This is my secret, most valuable tool. Now sharing it with you. Thanks, everybody. Go pick
Awesome.
it up now. Don't miss the discount. Everybody, have a really great night. Bye, everybody.
Awesome, Harlan. Thanks so much. Night, everybody.